Former chief investigator for the office of the state prosecutor thinks the mayor and her book deal need to be investigated. And he's already filed a complaint. Now, yesterday, he called for the state to start this criminal probe. This is the mayor herself, says she is going to address all of these questions after she gets out of the hospital and recovers from pneumonia. WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler on this tonight.
$500,000 from a state-sanctioned board the mayor herself sat on for 100,000 copies of her books Healthy Holly and Her Adventures in Food and Exercise. A book deal a former state investigator says is suspect at best.
I have a passion that justice should be served. And when I looked at this, I felt that an investigation would be appropriate.
James Cabezas knows a little bit about investigations. He was the chief investigator for the office of the state prosecutor for 30 years. He's retired now, visually impaired and living in Timonium, but he still wrote this formal complaint to his old office.
The golden goose was the board. Here she is getting $500,000 for allegedly providing 80,000 books. I myself have just printed a memo entitled Eyes of Justice. I cannot imagine that ever happening.
But his main concern lies in Mayor Pugh initially not reporting any of those numbers or her relationship with the board while she was still a state lawmaker. She has now. Dated March 15th of this year, Pugh filed an amended financial disclosure form with the state identifying her company Healthy Holly LLC and that the UMMS board bought the books in 3 chunks in 2012, 13, and 2015, and that they were to be given to the Baltimore City school system. Healthy Holly LLC's address is listed at Pugh's former home on Denlin Road in Ashburton. But Cabezas' point is that the Baltimore mayor should have known to report her book deal because she's no stranger to financial disclosure laws. She owns and has disclosed this secondhand dress shop in Pigtown, which is only open on Saturdays. But the money surrounding Healthy Holly gives Cabezas flashbacks to Holly Trolley and the gift cards he helped link to former Mayor Sheila Dixon.
In your mind, is there a similarity between the Sheila Dixon case and this case?
Indeed, there is. Sheila Dixon actually took a guilty plea to filing false financial statements.
For her part, Mayor Catherine Pugh announced today she will hold a news conference once she has recovered from pneumonia to explain this book deal in detail. In Baltimore, Brian Kubler, WMAR 2 News.
Now, Cabezas says he thinks the office of the state prosecutor will eventually open an investigation. No public comment yet from that office or whether or not that's even a possibility.